at SiriusXM.com/on-demand. Sirius 206, XM 103. The guys are back.
Yeah, we're back. We got Bobby Slayton in studio, who came up pretty much with Robin Williams.
Yeah, that was a shocker, my friend.
Knew Robin Williams. Did a little blow with Robin Williams back in the day.
Yes, back in the day.
Slept on your couch or just took a shower at your joint.
It was weird, man. It was, and I told you earlier, people usually do a little coke because they get animated. You wake up and you do your show. And Robin would do it. He just become very quiet and withdrawn. So, when they find out what happened to him, who knows what drugs he was on, what he wasn't on. You hear about people doing that all the time. They're bipolar. They take drugs. They stop for a week. They go on a shooting rampage. They kill themselves. You don't know, and anybody that does blow becomes withdrawn and quiet.
Right.
A different kind of biology and makeup than the rest of us. You know what I mean?
What kind of depression? What was he going through?
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows is right. You said you had another Robin Williams story.
He was a guy that, remember when they were doing that movie, he did a movie called Moscow on the Hudson.
Sure.
With Walter Matthau. And Walter Matthau, he was a very degenerate, famous gambler. He gambled on everything. He gambled on Yankee spring training games. He gambled on anything.
Was he a drinker too?
Oh, yeah. Matthau was a hardcore drinker.
Did you know him?
No, but I met him when they were shooting Moscow on the Hudson. They were shooting it up in Lake Tahoe.
Right.
And I was playing up at Caesars or Harrah's. And I might have been doing a show with Dana Carvey or another San Francisco comic. I forgot who it was. And Walter Matthau and Robin came to the show. And, Walter, really big drinker. So they go to the tables to gamble. And I don't really gamble. I'm going to gamble with the big guys. So they were like the $10 table, which was a lot back then. A $20 table, whatever. And Walter Matthau's putting that money. Oh, God damn it, he's losing. And Robin, who's never gambles, like this little childlike quality. So he's gambling. He's not even looking at what he's doing. He's signing autographs. He's joking around with everybody. And he'd get like 17 or 18. Hit me. And they'd hit him, and he'd get a 3. The money's piling up. He's not even paying attention. I'm losing all my money. I'm down $100. I'm broke. Matthau's losing millions. And there's Robin winning money. And he doesn't even know what he's doing. That's just dumb luck.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, bless.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Bobby. Very nice to meet you. I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
Very
few guys left. Thank you.
You're not a huge fan of many people, so that's an honor.
I'm not. I hate a lot of not hate, but yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Why do you hate a lot of comics?
No, some people, they never really besides Jim and a few other people, nobody wanted to open the door for me. You know what I mean? It's like,
right.
I never fit into that comedy, let's have a pizza party and bowl and all that crap, you know what I mean? I don't know.
We really summed up comedy. Pizza parties and bowling.
No, I'm saying
I've never had a pizza party. What about you?
No comedian I know. Hold on, comedians and 13-year-old girls.
Sleepover dates, but not pizza party.
Other comedians with their slumber parties.
I never fit into
poker.
Jimmy's downplaying it. He's the king of the pizza party.
Comedy
and he bowls a mean
thing, you know what I mean?
And he bowls a mean game. He's good at the 7-10 split.
I don't know.
You got to see him play.
Comedy steak night, you're right. Comedy steak night is very common amongst comedians.
Comedy steak night?
Yeah, very common.
I started comedy at Pips in Brooklyn,
right,
in the early '90s.
A lot of legends started there.
It's sad that it's gone now. I think it was a sushi place the last time I checked. I'm not really sure.
Right.
I haven't been in Brooklyn in a while, but Seth Shields, God rest his soul, was a good friend of me, and he told me the first the first thing he told me was,
why is he a good friend of me? Why?
To me, he inspired me a lot because when I first started comedy, I was a lot like Andrew Dice Clay. I love him to this day. Smoke and curse. I didn't really know who I was up there. Mm-hmm. And Seth told me, he goes, I think you're a funny guy, but you're trying to be Andrew Dice Clay, not yourself. And he goes, the key to comedy is to be you. He goes, no matter how much you love him, you can never be him, and he can never be you.
How are you doing Andrew Dice Clay?
By, cursing like he did, mimicking him, wearing a leather jacket, smoking. I didn't really know who I was.
You had a leather jacket when you first started out?
In the early 90s. Jim can tell you. I was,
I don't remember the leather jacket.
I smoked a lot, though.
I remember that.
Chain smoking on stage.
Really?
Like him. I was smoking like this one day, and somebody yelled, Dice. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not him.
Right. So you had to change it up a little bit.
No, I'm like, I love him, but I can't be him.
Well, the physical resemblance was uncanny.
No.
You couldn't avoid that. I mean, that was just one of those things where...
We got to dress you up like Andrew Dice Clay. That's what we should have done
I had a double take when you walked in this morning. I didn't know you were still in town.
I'd love to be him.
Don't punch him.
I'm
Only Pete
sorry.
Rose gets to punch Jimmy.
I'm sorry.
Don't
You can
punch.
me.
No, Mike, I love you. It's okay.
It's
That's all right, buddy.
You lost a lot of weight, I see, Mike.
Yeah, I've been happy. My friend Irene, she's a great friend of me. She's my personal trainer. She's been a comic. Jim knows her, Irene Bremis.
Oh, yeah. I like Irene.
friend.
Okay, yeah. She's great.
And she took
training
you
me.
under her wing or something?
I started on Nutrisystem,
Right.
like for a few months, and I couldn't take it after a while because, the first time I had it, they give you like a muffin that's the size of my thumbnail. I'm a New York fat guy that's used to like muffins, you know what I mean? Not like this
Muffins as big as your head.
astronaut not like fucking astronaut bullshit.
Well, you get
food.
that from all those comedian muffin parties. you just decide you want a muffin of a certain size. It's understandable.
I'm
Are
not-
you guys trying to say you've never had a pizza bowling party?
No.
I think you're lying. Bobby?
No, you know what?
I've been excluded from the pizza bowling party.
Well, you
guys.
said that already.
You know,
I just want to know where these pizza bowling parties go.
I'm like Norton. When I see other comics, like at the Comedy Cellar, you waited to go on and you're hanging out for a few minutes. I know that like Seinfeld and Larry Miller and Paul Reiser, every night, Larry David, they'd go out to the coffee shop at 2 in the morning and talk. I was never like that. I go
Most
back.
of you guys will hang out with each other at a comedy club.
Yeah.
I don't really see you guys hanging out, at a steak joint or a bowling alley or a pizza joint.
But what Bobby said I should have did in the beginning, because I did the same thing Seinfeld and those guys did, home with comics all night in the middle of the night, and then it's like turned into a soap opera. I should have just did my spot and left.
I was getting laid or trying to get laid. I
Yeah.
didn't need to go hang out and talk about, why do they call it a spoon? Why is this a fork? I was looking for pussy and blow by myself. That's a solo venture. You don't go with a bunch of guys looking for pussy unless you're some asshole at a bachelor party in Vegas who never get laid. Solo. Those are solo things. Jacking off. Blow. By myself. Very happy.
That's why I get into comedy. I thought there'd be like hot chicks ripping my clothes off when I was young. You know what I mean? Like,
It's happened, right?
I'm working on it.
You're working on it? So,
I'm hoping to take some woman out of the friend zone after this.
so what? Wait, so you decided to get it in shape out of nowhere? That's crazy.
No, actually, I've been a fat guy my whole life, and they broke my balls a lot. I love Artie, but they always broke my balls about being fat and all stuff. And
Artie's
I
in
had
shape.
it one day.
Where's a heavy boy?
Yeah, well, Hardy's a bit heavy. Why is he busting your balls?
No, they just like that fun with me. But after
Yeah.
a while, I'm like, I got tired of being friend zoned by women too. I'm like, maybe let me see what happened. John Ritchie helped me a lot. He's like, you should try to get healthy.
So you lost 50 pounds, I'm hearing?
I went from a 3X. This is like an XL now.
All right, down to 2 big shirt sizes.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Irene, I know Irene. Is she doing personal training? I haven't seen her in quite a
absolutely.
while.
She's here right now. She drove me into the city.
Oh,
You look good. So you're eating well and
Food,
working out?
I've been eating a lot of veggies. I love broccoli for some
No,
reason
you
now.
don't. No one loves broccoli.
Nobody loves
It's all-
broccoli. You eat it because it's good for you.
We eat it. You beat me to it by saying fuck. But it is the truth. No one loves broccoli. No
Okay,
one goes,
maybe
ooh, thank God this place has broccoli.
Yeah, I'm like that with Brussels sprouts. I love them, but only because I know they're good for
I
you.
hate Brussels sprouts.
No, I look at them and go, oh God, I'm not sure.
You don't like broccoli. Stop.
Broccoli Rob is good though.
I hate broccoli, Rob. I prefer regular broccoli.
It's bitter and you can't break it down.
I throw garlic on it to hide the bitterness.
The bitterness.
Yeah, it's
Where-
fucking awful, broccoli, Rob. Mike, come on.
Where you at with kale? You good with the kale?
I don't.
Kale's taking over the world,
Kale's good.
I heard of it. I don't even know what
Kale's
it looks
good
like.
in
to find it,
drinks, juice drinks.
Yeah,
but I
it's-
can't eat it.
I'm not sure what it looks like. I heard the name of it.
It's
I'm not-
green and leafy, Mike. You'd love it. You'd love it on site.
And it has no gluten, the most important thing of all. No, because that will kill you.
I'm not really sure what gluten is, but I'm sure I had enough of it in my life.
So what else do you make believe you like now that you're trying to stay in shape? Broccoli. What else? What else? I need to know all the vegetables.
Mike has a really weird diet now. I love communion wafers and water.
No, but carrots are turning into a good thing for me.
Yeah.
Do you like carrots?
Like, I like them like soft. I don't like eating them out of a bag. My brother
Soft
could like
carrots below.
brother
You mean
eats them
cooked
like-
carrots?
Yeah, I don't like. I like them cooked. I can't take them
Oh,
like
it's
out of
horrible
the
That's
when
what
they're
Mike enjoys.
cooked.
I can picture Mike putting a carrot on a plate and then just rubbing his face on it and then gingerly eating it. I like a good soft carrot too, honestly.
I don't mind
Do
it
you know
in
who
a
eats
beef
soft carrots?
stew.
Babies and old people with no teeth.
Yeah,
People
it's
with no teeth.
horrible.
That's what soft carrots are for.
I
But
do
fresh
live in that
carrot,
league.
fresh carrot, not too bad.
Yeah.
Fresh carrots and
Well,
juice
I'm
drinks, not
definitely- I'm in
bad.
that league.
I know what you mean, though.
Have Mars call Paulie.
A hard carrot is frightening. I don't like any food that can immediately be shoved in my asshole in a moment of anger.
I'm terrified
Yeah.
of carrots.
Yeah.
Celery should be worse, I'm sure.
Why are you terrified of carrots?
I don't know. It just like.
We're setting up a simulcast. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. Go ahead, Mikey.
I don't know. That just never appealed to me, so I started eating them cooked. My carrot cake is good though, but there's 9,000 calories in it though.
Yeah.
It looks so good though, carrot cake. It's
carrot cake fucking rules. You don't like it?
No, I love it. Because
good. Okay.
I swear to God.
But it's not healthy. You know that. Just because carrots in the title doesn't mean it's healthy.
But it's a thought process too. How to change it? How everything changes with how you think, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been sober since '97. I haven't had a drop of alcohol, smoked pot, had a cigarette. Now my worst vice is Starbucks. That's it.
And you eat vegetables. You don't drink or smoke anymore.
I just like women.
I think a pizza party might be good for you. You need something in your life.
No,
this is really.
I need to find a really good woman that's right for me.
What do you get? What do you get at Starbucks?
I just had a large iced coffee. I'm still wired up from it, guys. I had it 6:30 this morning. I'm still fired up from the caffeine in it.
And what kind of working out are you doing?
Oh, I started. My friend Irene started training me with. She started with kickboxing, a lot of aerobics. Yeah. No, I'm serious, right? The first time I went there was the first time I seen. She's training me at my house, and it's I almost threw up the first time I worked out. It was the first time in years. My stomach was
What'd she have you do the first time?
Oh, just lift my foot up and stretch, and things I couldn't even do.
Were you hoping that she would like you?
No, she's a married woman. It's a great friend. I don't, anybody that's married or engaged or seeing. So I don't.
Does she give you a good rub down after a workout though?
No, she's a great friend. She's
out that taint a little bit.
No, she'll kill me in a fight. She'll kick my face off.
Yeah.
For sure. Jim knows she's a great friend.
Yeah, I like her.
She'll rip my face off.
What kind of kickboxing?
It's
Can you show us a move?
I would like to see you throw a kick. I've never seen that.
Show us a kickbox.
I'm not good at kicks, but I can hold a She's teaching me yoga now. I can hold a pose for a bit.
All right, let's see a pose
for
Mike Bocchetti.
Nice,
That'd be great. Yeah. What pose are we doing today, Mike?
I'm not really sure, but it's...
That's a warrior pose. Well,
Mike's legs are open
that way.
and his fists are up.
Straight.
That's kid at camp about to be pummeled.
Looks like a ninja turtle.
I can go this far, guys. Look.
I don't know if you're... I got to be honest with you. I don't know if you're actually doing a pose there.
No, but it...
Mike, there you go.
I don't know what that was. I know a few yoga positions. I don't know what that was. Do you, Bobby?
No.
He'll stand there for a while, guys, in a few minutes.
He bent his knees and he had his fists in the air to the side.
No, but you got to.
I don't know what that was.
No, but if you stand in that position for a few minutes, you'll feel the pain in your body. I never had pain before like that. I love it.
But are you doing cardio?
Yeah, cardio. We do a lot of
dumbbells. What are you doing?
Dumbbells. We do a lot of hitting the pads. No,
you're hitting the pads.
A lot of jabs and
nice.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Things like that.
Okay.
I love it. I just let out so much inner hostility I have in me.
Don't you think that might ruin your stand-up when you lose weight? You don't have the fat jokes anymore. You get the hostility out. You have nothing to talk about. You need to keep some of that in. You start getting laid. You start getting all complacent. You start liking women.
Slow down.
It's not going to be slow down.
You're working on a pizza party for him.
Exactly.
No, the thing is,
pussy's like...
No, but the thing is...
level 80.
One thing about it...
Are you kidding me?
We're
on level 4 right now with him.
No, but the thing is, no matter what happens to me, I've been run over by a truck so much by things in life, by myself... I'll always be me. No matter
what. You said by your family.
I don't family
Wait, say that again. Slow down.
I've always been so run over by a truck by people. You know what I mean? Like family, been bullied by people. I'll never always be me. That's the thing about me. I'll never change, no matter what happens to me.
You were run over by a truck?
No, I mean by people. You know what I mean?
Injuries did you have? You all right?
No, I'm good.
Are you speaking metaphorically?
Yeah.
Oh, metaphorically.
My heart's been ripped out. I don't even care anymore because
they put it back in.
It took a while to get back. They're still trying to work on it.
Who ripped your heart out?
Tons of womankind, but that's all board now.
Are you on Tinder or anything?
No, I don't like Tinder. I just want a nice girl that's awesome and wants me for me. You know, I like that.
Well, welcome to everybody's world. I just want a girl who loves me, who won't talk, who'll blow me, who'll cook.
No.
We've never heard that before. Relax.
No, not even.
First time we're hearing that.
No, he's surprised about this. Because, they know what I usually say. I'm looking for a nice woman, I swear to God.
You want a skank?
No.
You used to want a skank, remember?
I know. But
a dirty skank, I believe, is...
A dirty, filthy whole skank. But,
yeah, that's your line. You like that.
No, but the thing is...
What about this truck thing? I don't understand. You've been run over by a cement truck or something?
No, it's just from kindergarten on. I got picked on for being a fat kid. You know what I mean? And then, I had enough of it one day when I was in the 8th grade. I started fighting back physically, and I loved every minute of it after that. And it's like it got bad, so I just didn't. That's why I love martial arts. And it's such a good thing. Lets out a lot of stuff,
Yeah. Great story.
I mean, I just like I said, we.
What's your thoughts on Robin Williams? Everyone's thinking about Robin today. And you're in the business,
It's unbelievable.
You must have those same type of demons.
I have a lot of stuff. I never met him, but it really devastates me because someone could bring that much happiness to other people. I mean, from everything he did, from Mork and Mindy introduced us to him, you know what I mean, to like Patch Adams. He made you want to cry and touch people at the same time, and it's like. I lost a few friends in the same way. I had a good friend of mine that died in his 20s like that, and a couple of other people I knew, and it's just I can't get over the fact that how he brought so much happiness to other people, and on his own inside wasn't happy, and he just kept going with it, and it's unbelievable. I mean,
you know what the most amazing thing is that he was for so long, he made it through all the drugs and alcohol. And I remember the nights we would do blow, and he'd go, I got to catch a plane at 7 a.m. and go take Mork and Mindy. And he was like that, and for years, the fact that he got clean and sober, and he looked so good. Like
for 20 years he was sober.
Yeah, you saw him in Central Park. I'd see him in San Francisco and riding over the Golden Gate Bridge. And
I used to see him in Central Park. It wasn't really worth saying on the air, but he would do the loops in Central Park. Anyone that knows Central Park, you do the outside loop, and he would be on his bike, dressed up like Lance Armstrong. He really liked his biking in Central Park. You used to see him there a lot.
Did he have an incident recently where it was in the paper? Where
that was like last year or something.
Yeah, what did he do on a bike? Did he hit someone with a bike? Or
he did have some kind of incident, but I remember every time I saw him, I was just completely starstruck by Robin Williams.
But he was just
starstruck when I saw him.
The epitome of health, and he was such a health. When I'd see him up in the Bay Area, and like I said, biking every day, and whatever happened, it's just really a shame.
Let me go to Frank. He's in the Bronx. Frankie, what's up, buddy?
What's up, boys? How are you?
Hey, pretty good.
I mean, we're trying. Opie, I know what you're trying to do. Mike is killing us. He's trying to fill up as much. He doesn't tell long stories. He tells short stories. We need long stories. We need to fill the air. God damn it!
I think Mike's doing a great job. He told us he loves broccoli. That's amazing. And then he got run over by a truck, and he wants a comedy pizza / bowling party. This is great shit.
I like it. I saw the cement truck that hit him. It got broken down when it smashed into his heavy body. Now he's so thin.
You're not a big fan of the Mike Bocchetti. I'm
that's okay.
Thinking here.
Everybody don't like Led Zeppelin. People like people. You can't help it. You know what I mean?
Mike, I suggest start drinking again. Maybe your comedy be a little funnier.
Have you been drinking, buddy?
Wow.
Have you been hitting the Jack Daniels for a while, or just you're still sucking on a banana right now?
No.
What do you mean by banana? Penis?
A human penis that's like the size of his back, I'm sure.
But in this day and age, it's okay for a man to suck on a penis, Mike Bocchetti. What's wrong with you?
I don't know. My mind is still stuck in 1986.
That's making the gays feel a little, not worthy. You gotta update that slam.
Buddy, are you still in your meth lab and working in Dairy Queen right now?
There you go. That's a good one.
Ooh.
Frank?
I don't want to keep him quiet because his mental illness usually does that to him on his own.
Ooh.
Wow, fuck.
The zingers are flying out. Now you happy, pal? Here's your show you're looking for.
Right. I know. You want your show? How about, what do you call it? But he's probably bending over for his own show right now someplace.
Yeah.
In show world.
Fuck.
I can't hear you, buddy. You got a dick in your mouth right now. You're choking on it too much.
I told you the dick thing is okay now.
I'm sorry, it is okay.
In the year 2014, it's okay. It's okay to do that.
Once the TV show Friends got popular, it emphasized that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Did this guy hit you with a truck again?
I don't know where he is. He's probably...
No, I mean, you're constantly getting hit by that truck.
No, I don't care. This guy's like, I don't know, buddy. Listen to me. I'll get you a job in McDonald's if you want. I know some cool people over there.
Damn. Mike.
Keep going, fat face. Keep going, fat face.
Maybe you're a fat face, idiot, because you know what? I'm not the one that hides behind the internet and stuff. I take people, I don't hide behind the internet because there's a lot of you guys who be screaming like that bitch at the end of the movie, The Warriors. No! They're like, starting with people for no reason.
Good. This comedy's kicking ass. You deserve your own show.
I do. You know what? And I'll have you as my doormat on it. I wipe my ass with you, and you know what I mean. And then have some people piss on you. I think you might like that too much, though, because.
Listen, I got a girl for you too. I got a great girl. She's got an 8-inch cock. She's perfect for you.
I really.
Who are you talking to, me or Mike?
Wait, I'm not taking your woman away from you, boy. You must blow that bone every night. Because don't give me any of your skanky whores, because you know what?
Wow, this is a great battle. Great battle. Is that true, Mike? You said that joke the other night. They made a remake of Apocalypse Now. It's all niggers. Was that your joke?
I can't hear you. You're choking on your dick again right now. Because, you know what? How many mental illnesses do you have in your brain, buddy? Because let me call your psychiatrist up and make sure you're okay right now. Because
Mike Bocchetti.
Way to go.
Mike Bocchetti. Everyone's not going to like Led Zeppelin. I'm with you,
been doing
Mike.
comedy for 22 years, buddy. You've been sucking your banana for half that fucking time. So do something. Man up and fill out some fucking job application someplace. I heard that Costco is hiring right now.
All right, we got Christopher Knight here. Peter Brady. You know Peter Brady?
No, I don't. Nope.
He hasn't done our show in many, many years. What is he promoting today?
You get the thing in front of you. He's got a new show.
Promoting Heartbreakers. Series premieres tomorrow, Wednesday, on Investigation Discovery. What is Heartbreakers about?
There's a description right under it.
Yeah, maybe I should have read this. Heartbreakers. Hunky Hollywood actors from the 80s and 90s reunite on screen to portray real-life dreamboats who turned into total nightmares. Heartbreakers takes true stories ripped from the headlines to show what really happens when the perfect catch turns out to be the perfect criminal. All right. Should we take a break? Should we take a break before Christopher Knight?
If you want to take a real quick one.
You do one single?
Yeah, let's do that. All right, we got Mike Bocchetti in here who loves broccoli.
And he loves me, too. That makes me very...
He does love you.
I do, because I love fearless people in comedy. You have guts. Everybody else is like full
he's
of
the pit bull.
nonsense.
Yeah.
He's the pit bull.
Yeah.
Got a reputation to live up to, you know?
And Bobby's not promoting anything. Bobby Slayton, who it sounds like almost new Robin Williams. He's got some great Robin Williams stories.
Well, that's why I came in to talk about him. I don't have to make sure to be Goopy's Comedy Club this week or the Tempe Improv next week. We're not here to talk about that.
Honestly, it would be tacky, and I'm not plugging the Columbus one on sale today either. Who gives a shit? It's not important. It's not important. I wouldn't even know.
Club.
Whatever.
Great
Whenever
club.
I'm there, what are you going to go to their website and see? That's your business.
There you go. All right. We'll
it's not as good as Levity Live. I'll be there in 3 weeks. Club is good, but Levity Live is a better club. And Club is funny, but it's a great club.
So, why are you doing all these clubs around New York? But you got to keep coming back to New York. Why can't you hammer them all out at once?
Because I want to keep coming back and doing your show. I want to be a regular now. And I want to have a pizza party with you, Hope.
The guys will be right back. Until then, follow them on Twitter at Opie Radio and at Jim Norton.
What's up, baby? You want to get some dirty talk going? Oh, yeah, I got tips. I'm gonna give some cyber sex. I'm good. I'm gonna lay you back or something, and I'm gonna lick all the way down your neck like this. I'm gonna take my tongue and just go like, I'm gonna clean out your ears or something and get wax on my tongue and then lick all the way down your neck. Oh, that's a nice dark nipple. I wouldn't mind getting some milk out of that. And then I'm going to get my tongue and I'm going to start flicking it all over your nipples so much that you start coming. You're going to come so much that your shoes are going to make sloshy noises. And I'm going to get down there and just start licking your fucking cooter really good. I'll open up your cooter. I got like long nails on my middle fingers. So I'll dig my nails into your cooter lips and I'll open them up and I'll just go like, and I'll get in there till you come so many times or whatever. I'll stick it right in you too. I'll climb right up on you like you're a building or something. I'm going to climb on like you're a tree or something and just cram my oats in you. Someone put a finger in my ass.
Sirius 206, XM 103. The guys are back.
Yes, we're back with Mike Bocchetti. Bobby Slayton is calling Brother Weeds right now to tell a Robin Williams story. He's got a lot of Robin Williams stories. This was Bobby Slayton.
Yeah, he knew him. I mean, in the sense that if Robin is staying at your house or,
right,
you know, what I mean, that's a guy who genuinely knows you.
Sure. And then we got Mike Bocchetti telling us Tinder stories during the break.
Oh, no.
You're not doing well with Tinder, huh?
I got off it because there's too many sociopaths. There's enough psychos because in the world. I don't, need any more headaches.
Right.
And we have Christopher Knight coming in, Bobby. Mike.
Oh, nice.
I need a baseball.
Hey, Christopher Knight, what's up, brother?
How you doing?
Yeah, that story got out of hand. The baseball story that your ex told?
What? I didn't even. No. She changed the story up? When I was in last, I guess you were at K-Rock? When I threw the baseball at you.
No, we were at the XM studio. You threw a baseball at me, but it wasn't.
It didn't hit you.
It was
but
no
then,
big deal. And then she exaggerated the story like we were getting out of hand and that you whipped a baseball at me or something. Whatever.
Yeah.
What happened there?
It just had its season.
How many years were you guys married?
4.
What was her name again?
Adrian Curry.
Right, Adrian Curry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You guys seem like you were in love.
Well, it worked for a while. The analogy would be like fire. Fire's good.
Right.
Until it's all over you.
Until you're in it.
Yeah.
It's on fire. It's not good then. No.
Were your friends kind of telling you that maybe this is...
Oh, God, yeah, they thought I had 2 heads.
From the beginning, right?
From the beginning. But I didn't.
It was a good ride, though. You had fun for 4 years.
It was an exploration.
Right.
Yeah, no, life is to be explored.
When you remain friends or no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we haven't talked recently, but
yeah, ever since it happened.
She has a new relationship. I have a new relationship.
Oh, good for you.
That's how life works.
When did you know? Oh my God, I'm in hell.
It was
I got to get out of here.
Just difficult. It was just not returning the energy that it wasn't regenerating at the right rate.
Right.
It was taking a lot of energy.
I say.
I'm gonna die.
No, it's. I mean, look.
Really, frankly, I really looked at like my life. It's like I'm getting older now. I sort of having somebody who can help you take care of yourself. That ain't her. So.
Right. Some people just aren't nurturing it. It's the way. Are you jealous if an ex has a new relationship? Like, do you have a hard time? Like, ugh, it's kind of hard to say that.
No,
you don't care.
No, you move on.
We were talking to Barry about it, the passing of Alice.
No, this is different. Let's talk about that one.
What, Barry?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, he's got more, he's got more entanglements.
Oh, boy, does he. Do you want me to call him right now? We should have a reunion.
I'm going to see him on the weekend.
Really? Can you call Barry?
Are you guys still good friends?
I'll call Barry.
I mean, we're doing this BradyCon in the Meadowlands.
You got to be sick of the Brady Bunch. I wasn't even going to ask you a Brady Bunch.
I got to take a kind of an approach to it, not to hate it, because it's always there,
and it's good for business, right?
It's really unique. It's really kind of unique, to have been on something that sort of is evergreen and perpetual. I mean, it's going to be alive long after I'm gone, and it says something. Not exactly certain we can all agree on what it says. That it's still, there,
right?
But it represents sort of an idea of our culture.
Do you
family?
Can you go a day without talking about the Brady Bunch?
I can go a day without talking.
But
about
I mean, can you avoid it for a day?
If I stay home and around my neighborhood, absolutely.
Right. But as soon as you leave the house,
but it becomes more and more rare, and I'm recognized. So.
Which is, I mean, it's
nice.
It is a nice thing,
right? People know me by Chris now. It's been long enough that they've, had some chance to read the credit,
right? And you had other things since the Brady Bunch.
Other things. So.
What's the one question you're sick of hearing?
Are you friends? But I don't know if I'm. It makes sense. So, you're still friends.
Yeah.
And
which I never would have asked if you didn't say I was going to see him.
But
this weekend.
I'm not really sick of it. But it's the one question that's asked a lot, and then the one thing. I can't even say I'm sick of it either because it's kind of funny. I built sort of a little empire on it. Is say pork chops or pork chops and applesauce. It's like, why that line? And it's not like one person all of a sudden made fun of it and then another person thought that was a funny little bit. Let me take that from there.
Right.
It's like simultaneously.
Everybody wants you to say
all these
pork
different
chops
points
and
they hear it
applesauce.
and they want to do pork chop. I don't know how it was that I did that way that line would last forever. But as a result, I'm the only person with a pork chop phenomenon.
Did you copyright that? Is it on T-shirts?
It's my production company.
Oh, really?
Pork Chop Phenomenon Inc.
How much?
So I run everything through that. So.
How much money do you think you've made off that one?
Well, it's not like I'm not making money off of pork chops.
But you got to make
Although
T-shirts.
I think I should. I have this idea of creating because pretty much live my life in business with a little bit of entertainment around it.
Right.
Starting a pork empire. pork products. You know, like.
So you're in a new relationship. It's going well.
Excellent.
Is she in the business?
No, she's not in the business at all. She works for IBM.
Whoa, look at that.
And she's a...
you got a smart one.
You got a smart one.
You went from to a smart one.
I'm not... I'm going to just stay quiet.
Sorry, guys.
There was rumors that Sherwood Schwartz and...
rumors? And Robert Reed had issues?
Yeah, like I mean,
it's not really rumored anymore.
It's what were they fighting about? Did he just want to make a different show than Sherwood Schwartz did?
Yeah. I mean, I'd have to back. I loved Bob. Matter of fact, he's an idol of mine because he really represented art, and he was the first person that sort of in my life asked me what I wanted to do. Which was interesting because as a kid, we're like vending machines. You know, that's sort of how you're dealt with. Push a button, do this, you know, and you get a reaction or something. And Bob, when he directed an episode, really kind of sat down before he had it blocked. And he said, how do you feel it should work? You know, it's like, wow, you're asking me? And I had ideas, you know, this is how I would do it. And he taught me that that's important, that you have, you know, a perspective in a place and a reason. Right. And that don't back away from that. And that was a learning episode, not just in art, but in life as well. I mean, because as you grow up, you start having to apply yourself in those kind of ways. And in my family, it wasn't as though I had that.
So what was the issue?
Their issue was the fact that he was originally hired to do Barefoot in the Park because he had just done it after Robert Redford here on Broadway. And when they went to series with it, he was hired by Paramount. And then at the last minute, they decided to go African American with the cast. And so he was pulled off of Neil Simon. And that time, Neil Simon is now becoming a huge name. And interestingly enough, as I understand it, Neil Simon and Sherwood Schwartz were both writers for Sid Caesar. So they all go back to that sort of genesis. But they took him off of that and gave him a whole lot of money and asked him to do this thing called the Brady Bunch, which wasn't Neil Simon. He from that point, sort of took the money and tried to do this thing that he thought was banal. But it was because it was about kids,
right?
I mean, it really wasn't. It wasn't. But he had all these other things he would do, you know, kind of in parallel. I mean, he did Rich Man, Poor Man. He was nominated almost every 4 or 5 years for something. It was Rich Man, Poor Man, and then Roots, and so he had his artistic outlet. I mean, he was a semi-regular on Mannix. I think he was a semi-regular on another show, you know, on the Paramount lot as he was doing the Brady Bunch. So,
did he hate his time with the Brady Bunch?
He loved being. He didn't know that we would become his family, but he became very protective of us, like a dad.
Right.
But he had a hard time with some of the scripts and the logic to the scripts, and he would get very pedantic and nothing in front of us. I wasn't aware of any of this in real time. It was only when this news came out, and it's like, well, I don't know anything about this. But Barry first broke the news because he had heard about it. He was closer to this information. He wrote about it, I think, in his book, or told stories of it. And then Sherwood and Lloyd wrote their book, which confirmed it and gave Sherwood's view on it. And it wasn't. If Bob had his way with the show, it would have probably destroyed the show, making a serious kids show.
Right.
It wouldn't. You know. No. This. I mean, it really is. I mean, the Brady Bunch is, for all intent and purposes, it's a cartoon with live actors. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's that simple. But it needs to be. I mean, Sherwood's idea too is not. I mean, the Brady Bunch is no different than Gilligan's Island. His idea was, can we take disparate pieces, put them together, and have them get along?
Right.
And one, you know,
and it worked
on an island, and another one in a family. So.
It's still on TV.
Yeah.
Do you search it out ever?
No, I don't search it out. All of a sudden, it's there, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna snap by. It's
how old were you when it ended?
I was 16.
16. When it ended.
Yeah.
So how 17. In high school, or as you went into college, or whatever you did, how much? There must have been a lot of sex from that, from the girls who were fans of that show.
I have a picture in my phone of me. I took a year off after I graduated high school because I just thought about it. I graduated high school at 16 because back then, you know, my birthday's in November, and it wasn't like they held me back. So I was like I got this picture of me rushing at UCLA. In my fraternity.
You rushed a fraternity?
Oh yeah, it was great.
As Peter Brady?
No, that was over at that point.
Yeah, but they all knew
2 years ago. I mean, I thought at that point that it was done.
But they all
right?
knew who you were.
Yeah, but it wasn't important there. But I look like I'm 12. So whatever you're talking about, I kind of also knew though that this wasn't working for me in time. You know, I did have some. You know, I certainly had my my interest in the ladies and those ladies that like them young. Showed interest back, but I mean, it's frankly like, oh, yeah, this is just going to get better over time.
So they were cool to you in the fraternity because you were you were a huge star.
No,
and now you're in their fraternity.
No, to be honest with you, bigger star as a result of its longevity than in the time.
As the years went on in syndication.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, there was. I mean, the whole teen thing was.
You were in all the Tiger Beat magazines and all that.
Those kids were younger at that point. Wow. So anybody my age, you know, they didn't pay attention to it.
So weird.
What studio did you shoot that at?
Paramount.
Oh, it was at Paramount. Was there any other cool shows being shot when you because you walk around and I shot a show once and Seinfeld was down this, but the Gilligan's Island, it was Radford. The Gilligan's Island Lagoon was there and the My Three Sons house. This was years later. But were any cool shows going on while you were shooting your show?
Do they still have the lagoon there?
They just, about 5 years ago, they paved it over, like the Joni Mitchell song, and they put up a parking lot. They paved over Paradise. The lagoon was there about 10 years ago. We shoot a pilot with Amy Heckerling, and it was still there, the lagoon. It didn't really look like it was.
They do commercials there. They
and the My Three Sons house was there,
right?
And it was on. They tore that down. Yeah,
really.
Look over here. Look over there. Yeah,
what shows were going on?
Star Trek,
really?
Mannix, Mission Impossible, Bonanza for a short time.
Bunch of bombs.
Odd Couple.
Did you go and watch them shoot other shows?
Laverne and Shirley, Happy Days,
wow.
Mork and Mindy. Sadly, I did the first episode after Robin Williams' introduction to the world because he did an episode of Happy Days, and I did the next episode, and he was coming back in actually to thank the cast for his wonderful week, the previous week with Flowers.
Oh my God, he exploded from that one appearance.
And, you know, that was an episode that was written for, if I'm not mistaken, Orson Bean, and Bobby Hoffman, who was, if you watch the Brady Bunch Arthur episode where I play a double,
right,
when they're over the shoulder because it's split screen. Bobby Hoffman, who was my dialogue coach or our dialogue coach on the Brady Bunch, became the casting director for Gary Marshall and all those shows. So Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley and Mork and Mindy. He was that person. He was the one wearing the wig, and it was over his shoulder. So he was an institution, you know, with all the casting that went on for Gary Marshall's shows. And he was the one who told me about the casting session because they just all of a sudden lost Orson Bean and they had written this episode for him. And now who are they going to get? And they were like in a panic, like, you know, they needed to start on Monday, had nobody on Wednesday. So they were like, searching, names and stuff. And somebody said, there's this comedian, you got to go watch him. And so they watched him, hired him, brought him in for an interview. And I understand what he did is he sat on his head. And that's what it just knocked him dead, and that was it.
As the character,
as Mork, he came in to read and then he just said, so if I'm an alien, why would I sit on my ass?
So he wasn't supposed to be Mork?
No, it wasn't written for him.
I heard Gary Marshall saw him at the Comedy Store and went ballistic, and then
and I think he brought him in for this because somebody remembered a comedian that they had seen, but that character was written for Orson Bean.
No kidding.
And that he exploded, and no one had seen him yet. When I did my episode, it was just this guy coming in, and Bobby saying this guy's gonna be a huge star.
Yeah, so, it was obvious. He exploded onto the scene. That doesn't happen often.
He and Michael Jackson are sort of like these rare talents that come along that are they're a magnitude more talented.
Right.
I mean, it's hard. I mean,
a pop culture phenomena because the next week lunchboxes, coloring books.
Well, outside of pop culture, just the talent aspect that he can go.
Right.
And it's like it's
endless with him.
Stuff,
it was endless.
He really did have the ability just to kind of continue moving.
Unbelievable.
In a funny way. It's
savant stuff, it's not stuff you can learn.
Mike Bocchetti, you got a question for Christopher
I'm
Knight? Don't call him Peter Brady. Please don't call him Peter Brady.
I'm sorry. I love the applesauce episode. One of my favorite episodes was with Bobby with Jesse James. I love history.
He's my favorite. Whenever I'd watch the show, he was my favorite character.
Yeah.
Mine was Sam.
I like Sam.
I like Sam because he just kind of came in, whatever he did, and he left. Sam knew what he was doing.
And the rest of us just stuck around.
No, but I just like Sam. He picked his spots. He just showed up.
Whatever happened to Oliver?
He'll be there this weekend. Robbie Wrist.
Do you still
he's a musician. He's in the music industry.
Yeah,
very sharp kid.
Where is this
kid?
But he ruined the Brady Bunch. He ruined the Brady Bunch. You know that, right?
It's a jump. Before they named Jump the Shark,
Oliver did it for you guys.
There was it was a statement. They went Oliver. I don't think he ruined the show. They needed to. I mean, look, the shows were like they were really simple little stories, and as we're getting older, the stories aren't going to remain simple anymore. And the audience, instead of having an audience grow with you, their idea was, this is what our show is. Let's get more kids at the bottom. Let's feed them into the bottom.
How many seasons?
5.
It was only 5 seasons. That's what amazes me, because you guys grew up a lot in those 5 years. It feels like.
Does anyone here have children? I don't, but I don't or know somebody that does.
Well, 5 years could be a lot. Like Leave It to Beaver was great when he was 5, and when he was 10, he wasn't that funny. Spanky from the Rascals, remember?
Yeah. It gets sad if you're doing kid stuff too old.
Right.
So you got to move on. So 5 years is probably the right window. But for kids, I mean, if you ever grown up with a 4-year-old or a 3-year-old, Door the Explorer, the same episode. How many times?
Right.
A billion?
A million.
Right. So, and you don't think you've watched it a billion?
Well, I told them my daughter watched Hook every day after school, and then Beethoven. They'd watch the same movie over and over every day for months and months.
I can't do it.
And only 5 seasons, so that was 12 or 13 episodes a season, right?
No.
22, 26?
22 and 23.
Oh, wow. So,
they did a lot more.
2 of the years were 23.
What was
so you guys only did over a little over 117 episodes.
And syndication is 100? That's when you make money, right?
He didn't make money.
When you get to 60 or 70 episodes or 100 is the magic number with comedy. Yeah, I mean, and of course, I think it's the most watched show now, even overtaking I Love Lucy worldwide of all time. So
and you guys still
keeps repeating,
and you still don't get checks from that.
No, and we won't, because I mean the rights reverted back as before.
What do you mean they reverted? Like,
it teaches a very good lesson. If you really want. In business, if you really want to become rich, you got to create and maintain ownership.
Right.
I mean, the artists who created
or showbiz. Well, fuck you. That's an easy way to put it.
Created Superman. They had to sign away the rights to Superman.
Who made all the money? Schwartz.
Paramount and Schwartz, I believe, and Paramount much more than Schwartz.
All right,
and Bob Reed made, I mean, this industry is, because I've had so much experience also in business, but like the high tech industry is inverts of show business. Nobody in show business who's hired really trusts the books, so no one's going to take back end. What's a net?
Right,
net of nothing. So it's a ton of money up front.
Right.
And in Silicon Valley, it's you're working at a reduced salary and you're getting stock.
Well, my question is this: did you ever open up your mailbox and there was just a nice check?
Packs of checks.
No, a nice check from Schwartz going, look, this wasn't part of your deal, but I'm a billionaire off the show.
George Lucas apparently did.
Did he really?
Did Lucas do that?
That's what I understand he did.
For the Brady kids?
No, not for us.
That would be really magnanimous. Wow.
Uncle George? We didn't even know we had an Uncle George.
Lucas felt so bad for you guys. He finally did the right thing. But did you ever just open the mailbox and there's a nice check that had nothing to do with any of your deals because they know how much money they made off you guys?
No, but then again, I don't have my hand in Sherwood's pocket. I don't really know what his deal was.
At some
point, he sold his rights to Paramount, and Paramount makes it all.
What was the payback thing? Because I know it's so different from what it would be now for a hit show.
When the shows, we were so inexpensive. That was part of the deal. Again, we were Friday nights ABC. ABC was and this was 69. So ABC in 69 was sort of like when Fox wasn't a network. What year was that? 89?
Yeah.
Late 80s. All of a sudden they're talking about it being like sort of similar to CBS and NBC. And for any of us who grew up without it there, it was like, huh? What?
Right.
Fox?
Right.
Well, that's what ABC was at the time. It was all of a sudden a new network, couple years in the running now, vying for eyeballs against CBS and NBC for primetime viewers. And Friday night, in 69 was the first time that ABC won an evening. Literally had the ratings win for a primetime evening, and it was Friday.
Wow.
It was led by the Brady Bunch, so it was important to them. But because they were coming up from the bottom, it was like CW budgets, and it wasn't like they had the same kind of war chest.
Was it more than
CBS
$10,000 an episode?
That cost them to make?
No, that they were paying the actors.
Oh no, are you kidding? $500 an episode.
Well,
Wait. You made
Scale. That was scale, right?
No, it was a little overscale.
Wait, you made
It's going 69.
Wow. You made $500 an episode?
There you go.
Wow. Now, did that change as the
Yes,
as
I
the
mean,
show-
but their bumps are in there. It's not like you renegotiate. Nobody did a Gary Coleman kind of deal making, and the what they call breakage, or you have an actor who realizes, if I stop doing the show, if I get a cold or something, I don't want my agreement anymore. I want a better agreement. Gary Coleman held out and got more money because they really didn't have a show without him.
Right.
And that began that negotiation kind of ploy. But we didn't. We were under 5-year deals. As a matter of fact, that was one of the reasons it probably went off. It was Sherwood sold it to ABC, knowing it would be a very controlled budget. It'd be very affordable to do, and I don't believe that And somewhere I read, and I have it in my memory, somewhere around $100,000 an episode was what it cost them to make. And at one point, we had 3 days to do our 30 pages. It's 30 pages. It's a 30-minute show. And they tried for a period of time to get it down to 2.5, to do 2 episodes a week, and actually fell behind. And it was difficult to try, especially with kids, because kids have special,
right, sure.
especially when school year's in. Now you got school you got to give
right.
to each kid, and it was impossible. And so and that reasoning was to save even more money. So they were really cheap. But it was an inexpensive show to do.
You didn't get rich off the Brady Bunch.
Let's just say that with all of the reuse there was a little nest egg there, and my parents were at least good enough not to have spent it.
How much do you think the
fact
franchise
is a lot of it went sideways because that's just the way that it works.
And $500 an episode back in the early 70s.
You're making $12,000 a year, whatever, $10,000, and back in the 70s, if you look at it, that's good money.
It's better than paper route.
90 or 100 grand today.
That's what I had.
It's probably like 100 grand today.
Probably 100 grand. Like
what do you think the franchise has made
for its
That's amazing.
10-year-old? That's
over the history of the franchise. I wonder how much. that's pulled
billions. I understand.
Wow.
I could be completely off on that.
No, you're probably
that's
right.
a question for Paramount.
Christopher, they're saying you have to go. I thought we had more time. Well, but you could stay. They're saying.
Well, I got handlers because I'm here to give some loft to the show I'm on tomorrow night.
What is
10 o'clock on Discovery ID. Heartbreakers is a new series debuting or premiering tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. Different casts every episode. There's 3 episodes at least in the can at this point. Perhaps more to come, depending on the ratings. But Heartbreakers is, if you will, it's your scripted variety true crime story, love gone wrong, but real stories lifted from newspapers and news, with news footage and interviews with individuals who were involved in the crimes, related to the individuals in the crimes. But these are crimes of passion, stories about love triangles, if you will. For instance, my story, I play a high school principal who lives in East Texas, small town in East Texas. He's the big man in the town, very small town, and he's married. And he gets a new secretary. He's a little bored with his relationship, and he starts having an affair with the secretary, intends to marry the secretary, doesn't get around to it, and then high school hires a new coach. And the new coach and that secretary start having an affair. And it spins wildly out of control and goes very bad.
Who plays the new coach?
That is Antonio Sabato Jr.
Wow, are you getting paid more than $500?
The pay's better today.
Okay, good. I'm watching your ass.
But it is it's like Pulp Fiction, but it's not a movie, but like that kind of stuff. It's like Aaron Spelling. But there's real basis for these stories, and there's different stories every week. Okay. So the following Wednesday there'll be another story. I don't know if it's Jack Wagner story that's coming up. Judd Nelson, Jack Wagner. Let's see who else.
It says
Kevin
hunky
Sorbo.
Hollywood actors from the 80s
That's
and
the
90s.
Heartbreakers. I play the homeliest heartbreaker.
Come on, you're hunky.
No, the characters, an aging, middle-aged, East Texas principal. I mean, it's a comb over, and I do the whole thing, and it's great because I don't get asked to play characters. So
No,
this was a great deal of fun.
Being a hunk is nice.
It's a little odd.
I've been called
to
that,
be
but it's
referred
in
to.
front of shit. So.
Yes, right.
You got money, right?
I'm doing. I mean,
You're doing okay?
Frankly, it's
Really,
business.
man,
It's
I haven't
business.
got
I got
past
my,
that
this
point.
whole Christopher Knight home furniture line thing is huge and growing.
Okay,
it's almost
good.
doubling every 6 to 8 months. So it's
Can I tell you a quick story? I became friends with Barry Williams, and
I heard you woke him up a couple of weeks ago.
we love waking him up. But I actually went to his house in Beverly Hills, and
Well, that was back in the day.
at the top of the hill.
Right.
An amazing view, sick house, and he took me around and showed
It's
me.
Jackie Gleason days.
Yeah, and he showed me all the Brady Bunch memorabilia, and I'm like, God damn, these guys got rich off the Brady Bunch.
He didn't. Well, Barry did.
But he
very
didn't
well
get
on
rich
other things.
off the Brady Bunch.
No one got really rich off the Brady Bunch, but
He had a wife that was making some good money
he
at the time.
had a wife that was in business and doing quite
Might
well.
have been international banking or something.
But Barry came from money. His dad was a
really?
bank president or owner or board member. He comes out of a well-to-do family.
The spread he had was sick at the time.
It was nice.
Oh my God,
Those were his Jackie Gleason days. Now he's living in Branson.
We know. That's why we love waking him up.
Now, I mean, did you watch? I got to go, but did you watch this thing? That all of a sudden I get these texts. Why did he do that? I go, what? Wife swap. I go, wife swap.
You know,
he doesn't have a wife to swap. And then I hear, no, it wasn't really wife swap. It was a version of it, but it was like secretary swap or assistant swap or something. I never watched.
He swapped with Episcopal, right?
That's what I hear.
Everyone on Twitter is like, "You got to see this episode." I still haven't seen it. Is it funny?
Yeah.
Is it funny?
Yeah.
And so who did he swap if he doesn't have a wife?
You don't want Joe taking
they
your wife.
did assistant swaps. So
Yeah.
they had like
okay.
so yeah. Because I was
Right.
what is he plain lady's married?
Right.
He's
okay.
tried that.
All right, I gotta watch this episode, and then we gotta bust his balls.
Yeah.
We haven't been having him on in a few months at this point. So
Well, this comes on. Let's
Yeah.
say let's promote it properly. It's called Heartbreakers with Christopher Knight, and he's in the first episode. The series premieres tomorrow,
10 o'clock.
which is Wednesday. Yes, August the 13th at 10 o'clock on Investigation Discovery, and it's an easy channel to find. They have a lot of cool stuff on that channel.
They do.
and we're gonna start a Kickstarter to get you some cash.
Well, I'm doing Kickstarter for my book. I'm going to do that way, but I don't need any cash. Thank you.
You sure?
No, don't. Yeah,
I
don't
got a
know.
few on me.
He was talking
What do
to
you
me.
need?
Yes, we will accept that.
What kind of
just
What kind of book?
y'all need furniture.
Brady
But,
Bunch? Brady Bunch stories or?
No, it's going to be my sort of cut on growing up in this with a crazy family. Mine is more about growing up with not knowing I was Jewish or my mom was Jewish until I was 14, raised Catholic, and realizing then later, after my parents passed away, that if my grandparents had stayed in Germany, or back then it was the Austro-Hungarian Empire, they probably would have been Nazis.
Wow.
Kind of a crazy.
What gave it away? How did you figure out that what happened that you found out?
I just started recognizing working in comedy that you could pretty much track it from a name, and her name was Stern. So I just asked her one day, "Mom, by any chance were you Jewish?" Yeah.
Wow.
Gonna tell us?
At least she didn't lie.
They're really saying he's got to go.
All right.
They're panicking. I guess you got a lot of press.
Gotta go.
Always a pleasure. Don't be a
Absolutely.
stranger. Come back and see us soon.
Will do.
All right.
Thank you.
Christopher Knight, everyone.
Sirius 206, XM 103. The guys, the show, whatever it is, are back.
A true genius, that Robin Williams, huh, Mike?
He's a comedy legend, untouchable.
Untouchable, absolutely. We're mourning the death of Robin Williams today on the show. Got Bobby Slayton here, who kind of knew Robin. He's got some stories, right? You're liking the stories from Bobby Slayton, aren't you, Sam?
Yeah.
Seems like he really knew him. He's real close to him. And then Christopher Knight just blew my mind. $500 an episode. I'm like so mad for the guy.
Yeah.
But obviously, being part of the Brady Bunch gave him a ton of opportunities after the show was on. But $500, someone's got to do the math and figure out what that is in today's dollars. 4 times, maybe?
Yeah, I figured 100. At worst, no. Let's just say it was even 10 times. It's still only $5,000 an episode or $4,000.
Right.
Not a lot of money, man.
They spend that for coffee on craft services now.
Holy fuck!
No, they don't spend that much for coffee. The coffee is a very cheap item. Actually, they would never spend $5,000 an episode on coffee. I think somebody be fired.
Craft services, well, yeah.
I think the comedians spend that on their their pizza parties.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you have a really weird view of entertainment. We have pizza and bowling parties, and there's $5,000 a week on coffee. Oh, Mike, you are an odd one.
Mike, remind me something about Robin Williams that we haven't brought up yet, Mike. I'm glad you're here today. You want to tell the audience what you told me?
One of my favorite things Robin did was comic relief.
Comic relief, yes. Billy Crystal, Whoopi Goldberg.
They had all unique people like the Bobcat, people like that on there. And you know how that started?
How?
It was because of Andy Kaufman.
Really?
I think because...
Well, Zamuta's behind that, too, yeah.
Bob Zamuda.
He was such a great friend to Andy. He was in mourning for him for a couple of years. He's like, Andy's a comic. Or, you wouldn't want this. I think they did it for the homeless people one year, and then they put it together. It was on for how many, like 8 to 10
long time.
times?
It did a lot for a lot of comedians, too. Comic relief helped a lot of comics get famous.
I wanted to be on there when I was a new comic, but it's...
Yeah, I would love to have as well, but...
I know.
They didn't see it that way.
No.
But I felt bad for Billy Crystal and for Whoopi, too. I mean, these are people that really knew him for years and worked intimately with him on projects. And they were really... I know Billy Crystal and him were really close. What a fucking shit call to get. Because everyone thinks, like, wow, did we miss signal? You always think that when you casually know somebody.
Right.
But when you're intimately involved with somebody and you know them really well enough to spend time, on the phone and with their families, and that happens, it's just got to be such a blindsiding event.
Suicide. That's Robin Williams' suicide. I can't wrap my head around
it is. It is a really hard one to... There's certain guys that have killed themselves. It's never like, who cares? But it's like, oh, yeah, I'm not at all... And, because he's an addict, I'm not surprised, but it's still hard to...
It's hard to digest.
Kind of fathom. Yeah, good word.
He put a really deep hole in the world of laughter right now.
Whoa.
All right, you didn't have to follow it up with that, but I mean, that was awful.
So
but,
I'm sorry.
No, you were right, though, when you said it's hard to fathom. You're absolutely right.
But I think when the guys get together for their bowling and pizza party, they can maybe fill in the hole.
Yeah, but Jim always let me in the pizza parties. A couple of other guys try to keep me out.
It's fucking pizza parties, what I got. There's a viral tweet going around right now that's making a lot of people feel better about the Robin Williams situation, though. It's a picture of the genie from Aladdin, and they're saying...
I love that movie so much.
Or you
I had a crush on...
right, okay.
Cool.
The chick, what was her name? Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Princess... Oh, what was her name? She was beautiful. I'm sorry.